what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Your favorite indeed. Being a pirate is a wretched deed. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You are a pirate.
Hi, it's Miranda. I am here to teach you about the most recent doodle class that we had. I'm going to draw a picture, color it, and then we're going to doodle it. Those of you who think you can't draw, just buckle in. It'll be okay. I am going to draw in pen, but I encourage you, if you're at all worried that you can't do this or that you might mess up, start in pencil and then you can always trace it in Sharpie. I'm using a small bullet tip Sharpie, just a regular old one. Don't use a huge one or one of the fine liners. You can get away with one of these. I'm going to start mine in Sharpie. So first thing I want you to do is to draw some squiggly lines from one side of the paper to the other. When you do your second one, I want them to intersect with that first line, so you get a look that's kind of like this. You do that a couple of times. Make sure they intersect. They don't have to be perfect. No one's looking for perfect here. Just do a couple. I'm gonna do one down here too. Okay, to about a third, just shy of a half of the page. Okay. When you're done with that, the next step I want you to do is you're going to draw a small curved line there and a small curved line here. Okay, next step is to draw a decent sized circle right there. And you're going to draw a little oval here and a little oval here. You're going to draw two little circles here and then a circle inside each of those circles. Okay. Now we're going to draw a little blank circle here and a little blank circle here. A little triangle. Color it in. And then just a straight line down. And then we're going to take this line and connect it to there. And this line and connect it there. Next, you're going to draw a line like this and another one right next to it. Again, don't worry if this isn't perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. You're just creating art for the fun of it. So enjoy it. There are no art police. The museums aren't going to come and have you arrested. You're doing this for fun. Little circle on top. Then I want you to take right here and just draw a half a circle here. Where that touches here, you're going to draw a straight line out just a little bit. And you're going to do the same thing on the bottom. And then you're going to connect these two with a curved line, like that. Next, you're going to come here about a third of the way here and draw a tiny little line up. And you're going to curve the top. And that's going to come out here. You're going to draw it a little bit diagonal there. You come in, then you're going to take another one out. Make sure these end kind of in the same spot-ish, and then put that back. Okay. And what you're going to do here is connect here to there. All right. And the next thing we're going to do, we're going to start up here and we're going to draw a line to our flagpole, from our flagpole to the tip of the boat, from the tip of the boat to the water. Okay? You're going to do this and make a rainbow. That's what it's going to be. So you start from the tip here and just do, what is it? 6, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Make 6 little rainbow things. So it's 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. That's the drawing. The next thing you're going to do is to color this, okay? Now, you have to do this specifically the way I'm showing you for a few things, okay? Number one, we're going to color this boat and this flag red. Because one, those were Corey's favorite color, that's Corey's favorite color, but also because red is the boldest color, that's where the eye goes. So we want to draw the eye very first to the boat and the flag. Okay, color those in. These are not going to really be doodled, except we're going to add one more thing once we're done coloring the flag. Okay, we're going to go back to our Sharpie. We're going to write an O here and a K. And then we're going to write the R and I. Okay. And then we're going to color our boat red. And I'm coloring it in this direction because the doodle we're going to do on top of this is going to make it look like wooden planks. So I don't want I want the tide marks from the markers to work with me as opposed to against me. But if you don't like coloring it this way, you don't have to. There are no rules. This is just my type A personality saying it has to be done this way. But yours doesn't have to be done that way. Okay? Then, the only other rule I have with the rainbow, because we've got red here, you need to do the red far away, because otherwise if we did it red here, it's going to blend in with the boat and the flag and they won't stick out as much. And I actually started mine with a dark pink as opposed to red because I only wanted the red to be for Corey's ship or boat. So I'm going to start mine over here. And with this, I'm not that concerned about tide marks from the markers because we're going to doodle over it and it won't matter. Okay? So there you have it. Those are the rules, with one exception. For the water, you're going to want to pick 4 different shades of blue if you have them. If you don't, you can pick 1 shade of blue. But we aren't going to color these solid, okay? We are going to color them in a way that is kind of sloppy, but we don't want them to totally be touching, okay? We want these little white spaces left in there, okay? And all I'm gonna say is if you've got your 4 different blues, break them up so they're not right next to each other, okay? But leave your little white marks in there because it'll make it look a little more like water. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this section. I've noticed that I have this big, long, skinny section in between these, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is just add in every so often a different shape, just because I want that to be broken up more. And I do that by just kind of adding in just dividers. As long as the lines are a little slanted, they'll fit right in and they won't stick out at all. Okay, back to drawing and coloring. Okay, there we have all of our water colored in, and once we're done doodling this, it will look like little sunlight on the water. And then you can go ahead and color in the rest. Pick one of your lightest blues to color the background, and I'm going to color mine and be right back. Now that we have it all colored, we're going to go ahead and doodle this. The only things that we are not doodling is the sky, KORI's flag, and bang. And obviously this, because you're not going to see anything in there. So we're going to start with this boat. And what I want you to do is just take your pen and draw straight lines right across the boat. Just a little bit apart. Try to make them roughly the same. Okay. Once you have that, turn your paper this way, and I want you to draw a line here, here. Okay. Then the next section down, you're going to draw that line in the middle of those. Okay, and then the next one down in the middle. Try not to get any of these to line up at all. It'll look way better if you don't. Okay, now for each one of these planks, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a little circle on each side of the line and along the edge of the boat. Okay, so in each one, on each end, you're going to draw 2 circles. And like here, I only drew 1 because the wave would be covering up that other one. Okay, and do that all the way across. 2 dots on each side of each line. And here where the line is really close to the edge, I'm not going to draw 2 more circles at the edge of the boat, but on the other ones I am. Okay, and that makes it look like it's made of red boards. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to doodle in the water. The first doodle we're going to do, I'll show you. You're going to be drawing this. You're going to make a bunch of bumps. Okay, and then in the middle of each of those bumps is where the next bump is going to be. Like that. And we're just going to keep doing that all the way across. Pick one of the colors, whichever one you want, and we're going to doodle every single one of those colors with that doodle. So I'm going to pick my turquoisey blue one, and I'm going to start to doodle that in there. And the reason I picked this one is when it's all done, it looks like there's like a little creature in the water swimming along with KORI's boat. And like I said, those white spots that you left will wind up looking like light that's reflecting off the water and off of whatever creature we have growing or moving along with his boat. And do that for each one of your turquoise or whatever color blue it is you picked. If you're only doing this in one color, just pick random ones all around to do this doodle in. We're going to do it in the light. No, we'll do it in the really dark colors. All I want you to do is to draw lines, just like you did for the boat, straight across them. And because this is such a dark color, we don't want to make it even darker by doing too much doodling in it. So all we're going to do in those stripes, in case it doesn't show up, so you've got a wave with a bunch of stripes in it like this. All we're going to do is we're going to do like a little running stitch on each, right above and below each line. So it winds up doodling and looking like this when you're done. Okay? So that's what you're going to do for all of those lines in all the dark areas. We don't want to put too much ink in that area because it's just going to make it even darker. So we're going to fill in those lines with like a running stitch kind of doodle all the way across. And if your lines wind up to be too close together, then just do one running stitch. So like if you've got really skinny lines, just do one right down the middle, like that. Section, we're going to draw, like say this is our wave shape. Oops, like that. And once you're done drawing your loop-de-loops, I want you to just draw little lines between your loops like this. And try to have your lines follow the slant of whatever shape you're in. So like this one, this line is the same as that line, and this line is the same as that. So you kind of get this curving effect along with your doodle. And do that for all of the ones that you did. Okay, and then for the shapes that you have left, all I'm going to have you do is start at one point and just follow the curves the way they are. So like this one, I'm going to follow the curves from one point to the other, like that. Done. So now all we have to do is doodle our rainbow. And the first one we're going to do, we're just going to draw random dots along each side like this. Okay. And then we're going to turn those dots into flowers. Okay, and then we're just going to put dots all around the space around the flowers, just randomly. Okay, then our next one, we're going to draw a line from each end of the rainbow to the other, like that. And then we're going to draw lines across and make kind of like a big checkerboard looking design. And then we're going to fill in some of those with a zigzag. And I'm not filling it in dark because I don't want to take away from the color. Okay. And then if you feel like it, you can go and do a zigzag in the opposite direction. But I wouldn't color it in completely solid so you don't take away from how much is there color-wise. Okay. And the next one we're going to do little circles opposite each other all the way down. Okay. Once you do that, I want you to put stripes in the circles. Okay. And then I want you to turn those into flowers. Okay. And then for this, I want you to take one squiggly line. Don't go through the flag, go around the flag as much as you can, like this. Okay? And then you're just going to come up and draw a little leaf randomly all the way up, kind of like Jack's beanstalk. And then near where the leaf comes to a point with the stalk, I just want you to put a little circle. Okay. Then for the blue one, let's do we could do some zigzags all the way down. So we'll do it like this. From one side to the other and a zigzag. Okay. And for the part where it goes under the flag, just imagine that it's there. Okay. And then inside those zigzags, do other zigzags. Okay. And I want you to turn the other way and do zigzags inside those zigzags. Okay. And then for the zigzags that are inside, I want you to do little stripes. Okay. And then for our last one, I'm going to do my favorite one. So we're just going to make a dot grid all the way down this one. Then that one would be behind there, and the next one would be behind here and behind here. So then we'll do this one like this. Okay, now you could leave it like this and just add more polka dots if you want to, but my favorite doodle takes these and it starts on this side and goes around and connects the other one, so it's kind of like a long stretched out S. And then because we have this one that went behind it, we're just going to pretend it's there and continue. And do the same for the other side. Okay, and then we just turn our page and do the same thing. Any of these that are along the edge, you just pretend where the other one is and connect them. So like here, I don't see that top, but I know it comes from this side. I don't see the bottom, but I know it's going to go down that way. Okay. Okay, and then that's it. You've got a lovely little picture that's all doodled up. You got a little picture of Bang, Kori's boat, a rainbow, and on the sea. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.